Hey guys, it's me, Mr. 250, and welcome back to Umineko. So last time we learned about Maria being a great witch some more, and Sakataro got turned into a human thing with big floppy arms, and Beatrice was nice, and I think that's mostly what happened. Anyway, now we can continue with Professor Sookie.
1987年4月のことです。私は友人からある奇妙な依頼を受けました。とある大富豪の遺品である蔵書が大量に競売にかけられていて、その一部に民族学的にも考古学的にも、あるいはオカルト的な意味でも極めて価値の高いものが含まれていると思われる、その価値を内密に見てほしいというのです。
87年、ロッケン島での事件の半年後。
さようです。それらの蔵書は、ロッケン島での難を逃れたものと説明されていました。それを、島の所有者である後宮エバ氏が競売に出したというのです。
This was apparently a high-class restaurant, you can tell by the fact that there's nobody here. In a secluded and quiet seat, a middle-aged man was sitting across from Angie. Amakusa, I totally forgot how that name went, could be seen by the entrance to the restaurant. He was probably keeping a lookout for pursuers from the Sumidera family. The scholarly man across from Angie spoke politely, but with enthusiasm. He didn't lay a finger on the food in front of him, so you could tell how excited he was as he spoke fervently. He was a professor at a certain college, and particularly well known as an authority on Western folklore. However, among his life works, that was only a convenient exterior. His true life work was the study of occultism, Western magic, alchemy, and everything else to do with the occult, as well as demonology. In short, he was the person in the best position to understand the details of Kinzo's research. Did he just get added to the list of people? Yes, he did. Professor at a certain college well known as an authority, yes we know. He's famous for this hobby of researching the Rokkenjima witch legend as one of the witch hunters. The witch hunt is primarily focused on the straining of the occult superstitions to explain the truth of the Rokkenjima crime rather than doing it so scientifically. And it's Delantes, that's not a word I'm super familiar with, an enthusiast of the mystical primarily view it as a mental game.
まず蔵書を鑑定して分かったことは、後宮エバ氏には民族学的な教養は全くなく、
Yeah, I figured that much.
そしてその蔵書の本来の持ち主である後宮金蔵氏は、日本で五子に入る悪魔学の権威であったことは間違いないということです。
April 1987, or April 1987 is what I meant. A major city antique shop obtained a large quantity of ancient documents that were thought to have a high historical value. They came into the possession of them after Ushirimiya Eva had sold them at an auction. At the time, it was thought that Eva would succeed the Ushirimiya family and have all the wealth to herself as the only survivor. However, at that point, not even half a year had passed since the accident, and despite the extraordinary circumstances, it was not established that the others had been missing long enough to be presumed dead. Because of that, it was thought that Eva had been in a very tight spot financially, unable to collect even from her family's life insurance. It seemed that she tried to sell everything of value, and even the books kept in the places where she had escaped Harmon, Kuadorian, became a target of this. And these old books, which were later called the Newjima Library, were later gathered from antique shops by authorities in the field, so that they could be appraised, and the authorities were astounded.
少なくとも神秘学の見地から言えば、その発見が世界に与えた衝撃は、司会文書発見にも匹敵するものでした。後宮蔵書には、なんと1000年以上にもわたる間、その発 見されていなかった数々の極めて重要な文献さえ含まれていたからです。
The many dreams of the occult, such as those represented by alchemy, always stirred an intense fascination in... You know, I'm gonna look up this word, because I don't want to be ignorant here. Let me figure out what this word means.
Dilettanti.
Dilettanti?
Dilettanti.
Dilettanti. Person who cultivates an area of interest, such as the arts, without real commitment or knowledge. So, yeah, so they're an amateur. Okay, I gotcha. Good to know. It is whispered that many magic books of great historical value, as yet unannounced to the public, might be in the secret possession of the very wealthy lovers of the occult. It is said that items such as Leonardo da Vinci's notebooks, which are primarily popular among dilettantes, were prime examples of this. It is said that approximately 5,000 pages of the notebooks currently exist, and that over 10,000 have been lost. But some researchers believe that a large part of this lost portion may be monopolized by certain... Okay, we need to stop using this word. We need to stop using this word, because I can't say it very well. Certain amateurs and members of the extremely rich. It is said that because of this, even now... Oh my gosh. Amateurs who can't help but seek these spare no expense to search around for quietly hoarded away and unannounced notebooks. There's probably no doubting that the Ushirimiya Kinzo was one of these people. It is unknown what Kinzo went through to obtain those, but there can be no mistake that he abundantly used his vast wealth, buying them off of other rich people with the same hobby as him. Those books which are so valuable that they couldn't satisfy their desire to hoard them away were discovered in large numbers at the end of the 20th century, and their release to the public had given the entire world a massive shock.
この一件により、六軒島の名は全世界に知れ渡ることになります。そして同時に、六軒島の事故によって、未発見のさらに価値ある蔵書が大量に失われた可能性が高いことも、全世界に衝撃を与えました。これにより、六軒島と後宮蔵書の名は、我々にとって生涯忘れないものとなったのです。
Our memories. That are probably meant the occult neck of the woods with the same hobby as Kinzo. Because of that case, the name of Rokkenjima had been taken on as a vital meaning in the world of the occult. I don't know why I can't talk today, but they really liked using that word, didn't they? It's a big word. There certainly had been a lot of reporting about the accident on Rokkenjima, but it hadn't been something on the international level. However, this case had run about the world, taking the image of Rokkenjima as a small island in the Izu archipelago, and painting it over as a demonic island with a mixture of riddle, suspicion, mystery, and the occult. In other words, until Kinzo's library was leaked to the public by Eva, Rokkenjima had been nothing more than a nameless island that no one could remember. And it definitely hadn't been a witch's island. However, when knowledge of the Ushirimiya Library spread across the world, Rokkenjima's image immediately took on an occult twist.
そして、そこへ起こるのが例のメッセージボトル事件です。これがあの島を魔女の島に変えた。伊豆諸島の無名の小島がオカルトの島へ、そして謎の魔女ベアトリーチェの島へと変遷していったのです。後宮蔵書とメッセージボトル、このどちらが欠けても、六軒島魔女伝説は成り立たなかったと言えます。
メッセージボトル。
はい。空の瓶に手紙を封印し海に投じるという、不特定対象への通信方法です。
Wasn't this mentioned
無人
earlier,
島から
I think?
SOS を発信するというのが有名ですが、自らの死後に真実を告白するという時間差的な遺書としても知られるようになりました。六軒島メッセージボトル事件は、まさにこの後者だったのです。
近くの島の漁師が拾っていたというやつですね。
さようです。式日島の若い漁師が手紙入りのワインボトルを拾っていたことが分かったのです。この若い漁師は興味本位からそれをたまたま保管していました。それが後宮蔵書で六軒島が世界的注目を浴びたため公表したというのです。
その漁師による捏造の可能性は？
もちろんその可能性も否定できませんでした。ワインボトル内のノート片には後宮家のとある人物の署名がされていました。後宮マリアという少女です。しかし彼女の遺品の肉質から別人の筆跡であることが確認されました。
別人の筆跡？
さようです。少なくとも少女より達筆で年齢のある人物によって書かれたことは疑いようがないでしょう。彼女の名を語った何者かが執筆した可能性が極めて高かったのです。よってこの時点ではノート片の内容の信憑性は薄いと考えられました。
However, later on it was confirmed that a similar message bottle had been recovered from the nearby ocean on the day of the accident by the police in their search for lost articles, and this caused a sensation.
警察は現場の状況とボトルの封印状況から捏造の可能性は低く、事故直前の数日以内に投棄したものと判断したようです。また双方の筆跡は一致しました。これにより漁師の発見したノート片の信憑性が増すこととなりました。メッセージボトルの内容については週刊誌などが繰り返し報道しているようですが、説明がいりますかな？
いいえ、一応知っていますので。
Well, fine then. I don't want to know about it. Oh, thank goodness. I was worried about that. Many scraps of paper had been stuffed into both of the wine bottles. It was an extensive notebook written by someone calling themselves Ushirimiya Maria, who wasn't Maria, and which told of the events starting the day before the accident, up until the day of the accident in a diary-like way. And its contents had been the beginning of the Witch's Legend serial murder incident, as well as the Golden Witch Beatrice's puzzle.
この奇妙な日記風式には、台風で島に釘付けにされた後宮家の親族たちが、魔女復活の儀式に巻き込まれ、次々に不可解な方法で殺されていく様子が記されていました。そして最後に、黄金の魔女、ベアトリーチェが蘇り、まるで、それこそが当日の全容であるかのように記されていました。また、当時の島の状況についても非常に詳しく描写されており、後宮家に勤務したことがある元の使用人たちは、間違いなく内部に詳しい人間が書いたに違いないと証言しました。
そのおかしな幻想小説と後宮蔵書以降のオカルトブーム、そして結局は真相は闇の中という3つが合わさり、六軒島の魔女伝説を生み出したと。
Do you think that was the goal of Beatrice? Was to make everyone believe that she existed? Like outside of just the island?
すでに
That's
10年
interesting.
以上が経過した事件ですが、未だに世界のオカルトマニアの関心を集めています。いや、むしろ時間を得て、ますますに神格化されたと言っていい。上陸禁止になっている六軒島に、密かに上陸しようというマニアも未だに多いとか。未だ未発見のメッセージボトルがあるのではないか。そしてあの日、あの島で本当は何があったのか。未だに議論はつきませんとも。
As though he had finally remembered what he had been going on and on about for some time. That he had been. The man took a gulp of water. His pottage was getting cold, but it seemed that the man's hunger had already been blown away.
確か漁師のノート片と警察のノート片で内容が全く違うと聞きましたが。
さようです。このせいで六軒島ミステリーはさらに面白みが増したのです。2つのボトルの中身は どちらも事故前日から当日までを記した日記風の式です。しかしその内容は、共に前日から当日を記した内容であり、にもかかわらず、内容は全く異なったのです。まるでどちらかが真実で、どちらかが虚偽のように。あるいは両方とも虚偽なのかもしれない。しかし、始まりと終わりだけは一致するのです。始まりは、親族たち18人は台風で島に閉じ込められた。そして終わりは、全員が死に、黄金の魔女が蘇り、すべては黄金鏡に飲み込まれる。
The contents of both message bottles wrote about the events of the day before the accident and the day of the accident. But the details were completely different. Both diaries outline a serial murder following the epitaph of the witch, but the order of the sacrifices, the way they die, and even the tale of the 2 days was different. However, in both, everyone died in the end and the witch revived, making for the same circumstances.
あの島で何があったのか。唯一の生存者である後宮エバ氏が沈黙していた以上、あの2日間の出来事は全てが闇の中です。この2つの日記はその闇を埋める仮説を、こともあろうか、2つも提示してみせたのです。どちらの日記でも2日間を説明できる。しかし、どちらが正しいのか、あるいは正しいことが含まれているのかさえわからないのです。
Schrodinger's cat box. Oh, everyone loves this thing. If it isn't denied, even a mixture of truth and fiction can be the truth. Through the media, these scraps of paper had of course been shown to Eva as well. But in the end, she never broke her silence.
誰が何のためにメッセージボトルを？
事件10周年特集を組んだ雑誌が以前大々的に取り上げたでしょう。あの島であの日何が起こったのか。しかし面白みには欠ける。あの島であの日何が起こったのか。それを考えるのがウィッチハントの醍醐味なのですな。
ウィッチハント？
ああ、ロッキン島ウィッチハントとは、この事件の真相をオカルトの側面から説明しようと試みるマニアの集いのことです。後宮蔵書から謎の2日間、そして黄金の魔女の伝説など、ロッケン島に関わる謎は今でもマニアの間で盛んに議論されているのです。
This guy is entirely too excited.
ニューヨークで国際コンベンションも開かれました。
There's just something about him I just don't like. I think it's just he's like far too excited about this, and Angie probably doesn't really care too much, other than she's trying to get some information on what happened.
私も日本の代表として参加してきましてね。海外の熱心なウィッチハンターと様々な交流をしてきましたよ。海外では魔女はとても人気のあるカテゴリーでしてね。参加者の年齢幅も、下は小学生から、上は著名な文化人まで実に幅広い。日本でも近年ようやく。
You probably don't need any more explanation, but he is one of the most famous Rokkenjima witch hunters in Japan. Even though I didn't ask anything more, he kept continuing on all excitedly by himself. As I swirled the thin film on my pottage, what is pottage? Is that like a type of food that I'm not familiar with? With my spoon, I mean, it seems like it definitely. I shrugged my shoulders and sighed. Looks like it really had been a waste of time to research about the message bottle. No, if there's one thing... why is the music so low? I've been wondering that this whole time. Yeah, that was weird. I didn't set the music that low this time, like at all. If there's one thing I found, it's that it seems the notebook, which was supposed to be written by Maria One-chan, was actually written by a different person faking her name. And that person had written up an occult legend on their own, put it into the bottle as though it was the truth, and thrown it into the sea. I have a question. Why would they go to all the trouble of writing so much in order to prepare a suspicious letter like that? With a message bottle, there would be no guarantee that it would ever pass into anyone's hands. If their luck had been bad, it could have sunk into the ocean and had never been seen by anyone. And even if someone had picked it up, they might have not cared about it and thrown it away. Why would they entrust their confession of the truth to the sea in such an uncertain method? And why would they write up multiple different tales? Excuse me, I cannot talk today. If there had been one message bottle, claiming that its story was the truth would be reckless, but not impossible. However, because there were two, that made both of them doubtful. If someone was plotting to make out those 2 days to be the work of a witch, that was really superfluous. And because there were two, it is suggested that an undiscovered third one, or possibly even more, might exist. In other words, the two different contents made it harder and harder to swallow. But despite that, the contents of both matched in that they told of a witch in a tale. In other words, does that mean that this is what the writer wanted to tell us? I can only imagine that someone who wanted to give rise to an illusion of a witch carried out this crime for attention. However, the 17 people other than Eva had lost their lives, and a vast wealth, or maybe 10 tons of gold, had moved secretly in the darkness. With a conclusion like that, it just doesn't make sense that for this to be a witch's illusion. Without waiting for the magazine's reasoning, it's very suspicious whether the message bottle really is a diary. After all, the amount of writing was massive. It's hard to imagine that someone actually caught up in the middle of a serial murder like that would be able to calmly write it down. In that case, it's probably more realistic that this diary was written slowly over a long period of time until the day prior to the accident. In that case, yep, that's what I was just thinking, then whoever actually committed the crime would probably have been the one that actually wrote all this. Or at least someone that knew about it anyway. Would it mean that everything on Rokkenjima had been a planned crime? Well, actually, it was, wasn't it? Like, we knew ahead of time about this epitaph and all this was going to happen, so it definitely was a planned crime, where everything had been prepared for over a long stretch of time. The fact that Eva left this world without saying anything is detestable. She definitely said it on her deathbed. She definitely said that her reason for not telling me the truth was because it was the best way of harassing me. By now, I'm painfully aware of it. Of all the things Eva did to harass me, this was probably the last and the greatest. But thinking of it this way, it's pretty doubtful that Eva is the true culprit. Of course, this isn't because the handwriting on the message bottle was different from Eva's or anything like that. It's because in both tales that had been discovered, Eva had been included in the victims. If the writer of that diary was the culprit, maybe Eva was also one of the targets to be killed. Eva had survived because something had gone wrong. Because I had hated Eva, I had come to believe that she had to be the culprit. But the existence of the message bottle had made me suspect that the mastermind was a far more profound and unknown person than her. I looked at the clock. I've heard more than enough. It's time. As he continued to speak fervently and I continued to ignore every word he was saying, I suggested that I wanted to bring this discussion to a close. It seemed that he was aware that he had gotten excited and talked too much, so he quickly accepted this.
今日は本当にありがとうございました。貴重なお話が聞けたと思います。
いえいえ、ウィッチハントの新しい仲間に若いお嬢さんを迎えできて、
Oh yeah, I'm
本当
sure
に
she'll
楽
love
しか
to
った
join
で
in.
す。今日は歌詞を変えてしまったのでお見せできなかった貴重な資料がいくつもあります。次の機会の時にはぜひそれをお見せしましょう。
ありがとう先生。最後に聞いてもいいですか？
はい、何でしょうか。
先生は どうして魔女に、いえ、神秘学や悪魔学に興味を？
それを言われると恥ずかしい。不思議な力が使えたなら、意地悪なガキ大将にも負けないのに。という子供の頃の妄想が、そのままライフワークになってしまっただけです。未知なる力への憧れというプリミティブな願望は、今も昔も普遍的ですからな。
先生は、なれるものなら魔女になりたいですか？思うがままに魔法を使ってみたいという夢を、今も？
もちろんですとも。この年になり、そういうものが実在しないと理屈では分かっていても、それでもなお、空を飛んでみたい、鉄靴を黄金に変えてみたいという子供のような夢は忘れられずにいます。学生たちにはどうか内密に。
私が、実は魔女だと言ったら、お信じになります？
女は魔女である。というのが、私のささやかな女性経験からの持論です。
Angie snorted at the old professor, who must have been an earnest scholar with barely any experiences with women.
そうそう。最後にもう一つだけ質問を。先生は、メッセージボトルの実物をご覧になったことは？
ありますとも。
では、その筆跡についてもお詳しいですか？
もちろん。その道の専門家ではありませんが、メッセージボトルの筆跡に関してだけは、日本で最も詳しいと自負していますとも。
At that point, Angie set a book on the desk with a thud.
これは初めて見るものです。
He prided himself on his thorough knowledge of all literature related to Rokkenjima, and he looked bewildered at this binding that he had never seen before. Ignoring him, Angie silently flipped through the pages, opened to one of them and showed him. On that page was a handwritten paragraph beginning with, "To my beloved witch apprentice." And at the end there was a signature in katakana that said Beatrice.
それは。
The instant he glanced at it, his face went pale. She knew the answer before asking, but Angie asked it aloud anyway.
このページに記されている文章の筆跡は、メッセージボトルの筆跡と一致しますか？
いや、持ち帰って詳しく調べないことには。
Hits him in the face with the book. No, it's mine.
失礼だが、この本は一体どこに？
The man stretched out his hand, but Angie pulled it back, as though telling him not to touch it with his filthy hands.
ありがとう。その反応だけで結構です。今日はありがとうございました。これ、お約束の謝礼です。
As she stood up clutching Maria's diary, Angie carelessly tossed a wad of 10,000 yen notes wrapped in a strip of paper onto the table. As Angie turned her back to him and made to leave, the man raised his voice as though clinging to her. But Angie didn't stop walking.
お願いだ。その本は一体。謝礼はいらない。その本を見せてくれ。
私とあなたはウィッチハントの同志だけど、求める深さが違うみたい。あなたが楽しんでるのは猫箱の外側。そして私が知りたいのは猫箱の内側。そしてこの一冊は、その猫箱を開く鍵ね。あなたには過ぎてるわ。じゃあね。グッバイジェントルメン。Have a nice day.
待ってくれ。すまねえさ。
I don't understand English, wait! His voice didn't reach her. She had already joined up with Amaksa and had gone into the car. Yep, so that proves that Beatrice was the one that wrote the notes, which I figured. I figured that much. Yeah, we're gonna stop here. But I think today's episode was a lot more interesting than last one, at least for me anyway. I found that to be a lot more interesting. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for some more Umineko. Umineko, if I can talk at all, I don't know. Bye!